Until one day her mirror on the wall tells her she ain't the fairest of them all anymore. Which, if you don't know, it pretty much means she's not the baddest in town anymore. It's Snow White. And
should have cast someone else other than Gal Gadot to make it true.
To everyone who hates when I win, I can only hope that despite my flaws, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Yep. What you just heard is a woman that couldn't take accountability. Now, I'm not saying all women don't take accountability. I'm just talking about that specific woman. How you guys doing today? We got the worst Disney movie ever watched. This video is by Derek FDB. And this video obviously is about the Snow White. So I gotta see it because I did not watch the movie. But I saw like all the hate towards it and the woman message and stuff like that. So I was like, yo, I'm excited kinda. Cause she be talking a lot of shit. Let's get straight to it.
What's good, y'all? So yesterday I went to the movies and did the unthinkable. I watched Snow White. Yes, thank you. I know I'm so brave. And after sitting in that empty theater for 1 hour and 49 minutes, I can confidently say now, Snow White was good. Psych! This movie was booty. This movie was the worst movie I've seen this year. The worst movie I've experienced in theaters. And potentially the worst Disney movie I've ever watched. And I've seen one too. I don't like this movie. In fact, I dislike this movie so much, don't go watch it. Don't. Save yourself the time, the money, and honestly, the respect for yourself. Just respect yourself and don't go.
I'm not doing it, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all everything that happens in it. Everything I ain't rocking.
Give it the sauce.
This is not a spoiler-free review. The movie opens with us meeting Snow White, who's played by Rachel Zegler. I'm gonna talk about you in the end. Snow White is a princess, daughter of a king and queen who rule over this nice kingdom where they bake pies, sing songs, dance all day, you know, fairy tale stuff. Everything was peaceful until her mom died. Alright, her dad couldn't stay out the game forever. Am I right, fellas? We got to Gal Gadot, who was just terrible in this movie. Like, my personal opinions of her aside, her acting was, I can't explain it. Sometimes it was like Cobra Kai cringy. Sometimes it felt like she wasn't even trying. And other times it just felt like...
I felt like when I used my last pin and hit the biggest win of my life. I don't recommend gambling. I don't know what the fuck they're doing about it. Many boinkers, much well.
Do you know what movie you auditioned for? Anyways, after Snow's dad goes off into war and goes missing, Gal Gadot has to take up the mantle and becomes the evil queen. She rules the kingdom into the ground, even making Snow White a servant. See, this is why monarchies suck. England. And at this point, the evil queen had everything she wanted. Until one day, her mirror on the wall tells her she ain't the fairest of them all anymore. Which, if you don't know, it pretty much means she's not the baddest in town anymore. It's Snow White. And
should have cast someone else other than Gal Gadot to make it true.
The evil queen is like a fat kid in middle school. She got some self-esteem issues, so she did not like this at all. So in an act of jealousy, she tries to get Snow White assassinated. But just like the original, the huntsman she sent to assassinate Snow White just couldn't bring himself to do it. She was just too fair. So Snow White runs off into the woods, and that's where she meets the 7 dwarves. Disney.
Damn, they're ugly.
What did y'all do? Y'all already took and now the dwarves too? Bro, this is almost as bad as that Roderick change. Like, look at them. They're hideous. Y'all may not believe me, but these dudes actually made me grateful to not have kids yet. Because imagine taking your kids to the movies and putting them through this.
I'm saying, why they couldn't just bring in like actual little people and just have them there?
Sometimes they would have never forgave me. It would have been me and Chucky all over again. I still don't know why they didn't just hire real little people for this.
I'm saying.
That's Bula. Imagine him as Grumpy. That would have been fire.
Hell yeah.
Uncanny Valley vibes. Like, am I tripping, y'all? Like, ugh. Even Dopey, who's supposed to be the most adorable one in the original, just looks like a sober Gollum. I wouldn't be surprised if someone makes a Roblox horror game with their faces, because, oh my goodness, yeah, I'm calling it. We see the dwarves take Snow in, and Snow teaches them how to clean. I won't lie, I like the whistling in this part. Y'all know the... But that's from the original too. Snow White then leaves again to go save her dad or something. And that's when she runs into the love interest of the film, Jonathan. A bandit leading a group of 7 bandits. And these 7 bandits, by the looks of it, were initially supposed to be the replacement for the 7 dwarves. But it looks like they scrapped the idea. Which is like, why was this even a thought in the first place?
I'm saying. I don't
want to sound like one of them go woke, go broke dudes. But it just doesn't make sense to put the freaking diversity Avengers instead of the dwarves. It doesn't even make sense to keep them in because they did nothing throughout the whole movie. Like, I'm being so serious. Only 2 that spoke from what I remember were the little one and the tall one with the beard. That was
and
it.
The thing about it, they literally have the little one right there. They couldn't just bring other 7 of them and just have them in the 7 dwarves.
They didn't do anything. They were just there. And also, I don't know if I watched too many comedy movies, but I was waiting for a dwarf joke the whole movie between one of the dwarves and the little bandit dude. Am I tripping, or would that not have been funny? And then there's this movie's version of Prince Charming, Jonathan, a bandit. Come on, bro. This is a fairy tale movie, and even this wasn't believable. A princess is not gonna fall in love with a bandit. Even Aladdin knew that. That's why he went and got his drip up. I'm not believing that. Snow is being hunted by the queen's guards, and after Jonathan takes an arrow for her, they take him back to the hut to recover. And at this point of the movie, this is where the pacing just goes out the...
So this is like right now he's the one who's dead, cause... Okay, we got that.
Window. Jonathan, after recovering, goes to... I forgot what he was supposed to do. He goes to do something and immediately gets captured. And this is when the evil queen does the whole dress up as an old lady and gives Snow White the poison apple thing. And this was so stupid in this movie. I mean, I didn't have high expectations. But the way she convinces her is by saying she'll need a snack for the road. When right before this, we literally saw Snow packing up her snacks for the road. Is this not stupid? To be fair, it happens in both versions. I think this one's dumber. I just don't know why either of them don't say no. Like, trust me, I've been offered some more enticing
And the thing about it, this is the person who's offering you that. I ain't taking shit from this granny. I'll get your big, ugly, big nose head eye. Fuck out of here. Look at your fingers. Oh, hell no, man.
Things by crackhead ladies before. And it's easy to say no. Most of the time, Snow takes the apple from Gal Gadot and obviously she dies, only to be brought back to life literally 2 minutes later after Jonathan escaped prison and kisses her. How he escaped so fast? Well, he did what no one ever thought of. He just pulled the iron shackles from the wall. Dang, I should probably tell my cousin about that trick. I'm not even exaggerating the speed of these events, by the way. Jonathan gets kidnapped, Snow dies, Jonathan escapes and brings back Snow to life, all in the span of like, I don't know, 15, 12 minutes. At least it felt that way. And then the ending, oh my goodness. So after the bandit dude brings Snow back to life with true love's kiss, Snow White goes to take down the evil queen in the most out of left field way possible. She pulls up to town and convinces the queen's soldiers to join her side by telling them stuff about themselves.
What?
What? I'm not even joking. It literally went like this. Jorge, you used to be a barber. Michael, you're a type 1 diabetic. Tyrese and Gabe, you're both alcoholics. I know your names. I remember all your names. And somehow that works.
My heart is moved. I'll go.
I'll just flip sides and do this corny little movie thing where they're all just like, I remember, and I. The queen loses it saying, no! Goes to her mirror on the wall. It still tells her she is not the baddest of them all. And then she shatters it. And her shattering it made her shatter into pieces too, I guess. Oh. Man, this is lame. Again, I get it. I'm a feminist. I love my mom. Y'all want Snow White to win on her own, okay. But y'all gonna tell me this is better than or even close to the original? Heck nah. In that one, the dwarves quite literally spun the block for Snow White and packed up the queen themselves.
Oh,
and this one, what did they do?
I didn't even watch the original one, if I'm being honest, guys. So I don't have a way to compare
the castle and pose up while Snow White used her talk no jutsu? Man, the movie ends with the kingdom throwing one of those white parties that he who shall not be named be throwing. Bro, what is this? My final thoughts on Snow White, it's not even mid. There's mid movies that I could rewatch. This I don't think I ever want to watch this again. Damn. The acting was aight. The story was blah. The songs were the dwarves were and worst of all, the ticket was $18. Y'all forgot I had to pay to watch this.
Hey man, we got you. $20. I got like two ads, man. I got you. I got 2 ads. You got your money back.
Oh my goodness. I did this for y'all. Honestly, the only good part about this movie is may surprise y'all, but it's Rachel Zegler. Her singing was good. Her acting was better than Gal Gadot's. I mean, that's not a high bar, but it's better. It just felt like she was trying. I mean, granted, I still don't think she should have been picked as Snow White, because one, this is coming from a Dominican dude, by the way. She's Spanish. And I don't know if y'all knew this, but Snow White
is white.
Is white. And Snow White's whole thing is kind of that she's not Spanish or Asian or black or native. And 2, which is a bigger deal than 1 in my opinion, because she's mixed, so it don't really matter. Rachel Zegler literally hates the princess she's playing. She hates Snow White. Yeah. That would be like if they made a movie about Drake and the dude playing Drake in the movie is Kendrick. Oh, Kendrick. That doesn't make sense. I digress. Besides that, she was good, but she couldn't save the movie alone. So the live action Snow White gets a solid 2.5 out of 10. Okay. I know it could have been lower, making it easily the worst Disney movie I've ever watched. Mulan 2 is up there though. Comment down below if y'all agree or disagree with any of my opinions about this movie. I'm sure most of y'all will agree. Also, keep commenting weird movies for the next video.
Nah, not this movie, man. Don't buy me of this movie. I don't want to see this movie ever in my life.
Please remember, you get a shout out if I pick yours. Just don't make it too weird. I already seen some of y'all pushing it. And moral of the story, respect yourself and don't go watch it.
I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. There's literally nothing that I've seen. All the videos are like, or all the comments are like just talking shit about the thing, not really something interesting. Obviously, because the video is not something interesting itself. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. What do I think? I think that she hated the woman, like he said, a lot. I've seen like multiple clips of her hating her and saying that, oh, she's trash, oh, this and that. So I'm like, I don't think you should be watching, you should be acting in a thing that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm being honest, it's like repetitiveness of like live action stuff like that. I don't like, there's so many Cinderellas. I know I have like a different Snow White, but there's so many Cinderellas, like virgins and real modern and stuff like that, but at least they have those different drastic difference between them. So I feel like if you would have done like a Snow White, then you either do like a very good live adaptation, or you can just make the live adaptation a whole different story in a whole different timeline, like futuristic or modern or something like that. I just feel like if you made it in a different timeline, maybe the movie would have been great the way that it did, you know, because you can make it modern and have kind of like those modern jokes and stuff like that, not the cringy millennial jokes or something like that. Now I'm talking about like, I don't know, like good jokes and stuff like that, memes, whatever it is. Not memes, but you get what I'm saying. Better than just having the okay, just same story, just a little bit different here and there. The prince, instead of a prince, is like a bandit. The queen controlled the thing after her like Snow White's dad died or something like that, or disappears or something. It's like, I don't know, like based on what he explained it, obviously the story was not really the best, but game is game. They done lost it, and the woman already said that she hated the movie itself. Not hated the movie, I mean she hated on us for hating the movie, and she was like, you know, like you guys saw the clips at the beginning of this video. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like, I hope you guys like the video, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys next video.